Edwin, how do you think you've gotten, better this spring and improved? I know you missed a lot of time in the fall, but how do you feel like you've gotten better so far this spring?
Me personally, I feel like my whole understanding of the game defensively has just gotten a whole lot better compared to what it was like around this time last year. Just because I've been here for a year now and I know the calls, the checks, signals, all that, I'm ready to just go down and play.
How tough was last year? I mean, when you were healthy, you played defense, special teams, but you had an injury a couple times. So how frustrating was it to, you would have been on the field, but you weren't?
Yeah, I mean, it was definitely frustrating doing all the work, coming here early, and then having a little setback. But I mean, it's part of the game. I just kept attacking my rehab and looking forward to getting back on that field.
Does the game feel a lot slower now that you're a year into it?
Yes, sir. Yeah, it's definitely gotten a whole lot slower. Just knowing how college works and getting used to the speed and just knowing what you're doing in the defense.
You ever think back this time last year? I think you got here like 3 or 4 practices in.
Mm-hmm.
It was kind of a whirlwind.
Mm-hmm.
You ever reflect on how wild that time was?
Yes, sir. Yeah, we were actually talking about that this past week. Just talking about how I got here actually on the first day of spring ball and just having to learn on the fly and pick things up and just moving on as we went.
With all the frustration, how much did that mental toughness and Navy SEAL training maybe help progress?
It's definitely taught me a whole lot about just keeping my composure and then just trusting in the plan. It's playing football at the highest level in college, and there's always going to be setbacks in it. So you just got to keep on attacking and keep on attacking the rehab and your playbook and look for the next opportunity to come.
What's it like playing with Jeremiah Thielander, especially with the energy that he brings?
It's been awesome. T's just been a great guy to learn from. He's always on point with whatever he needs to do, whether it's making the checks or getting people aligned or even just knowing what his job is and just contributing to the defense. And Thielander's been a great guy just to getting to see visually how to play the position very well.
Does it surprise you how consistent he is with his energy?
No, it doesn't surprise me. Thielander's been like that since day one I ever met him when I came on a visit. So I've always known Thielander as being a high energy guy, so I was pretty used to it. Yeah.
Last season you were one of the young guys, obviously. But the young ones they brought in, it seems like you're one of the older guys now. Do you feel that way?
I mean, it's a two-way street because you still feel young, but in the defense, you're not a young player. Even on this team, you're not a young player. Coach Hype makes it a big standard to where young guys aren't young guys in this team, and everybody needs to pick up their stuff and pull their weight on the team.
What part of your game right now has developed that makes you feel like you could be a pivotal part of that linebacker core in the fall?
Me right now, I feel like the best places where I've reached most improvement is my pass rushing and my blitzing technique. I feel like that right there is going to be something special in the fall.
What was the biggest lesson you took from the games you did play? I mean, you played a lot against Ohio State, you played in a few regular season games. What were some of the big lessons you took from the experience you did get?
Some of the biggest lessons really I learned is really just, it's really more just being where your feet are at, you know? I feel like a lot of the time as a young guy, you can get distracted from all the hype and all the noise and everything like that around you. It's just being where your feet are at and going and attacking your job.
Is it different at all not having your brother suiting up with you this year?
It's definitely been weird, but it's a part of the process, and I wish the best of luck to him, and I know he's gonna kill it.
What's Arion been able to do while he's been out this spring? Is he still pretty heavily involved each day, and how does he kind of get himself prepared for the season?
Yeah, AC is really involved, even though he's not practicing. He's always giving us tips on the sidelines or after practices, calling the defense up and just talking about how things we can get better on and everything like that. So just getting to learn from him and Thielander has been really eye-opening, and just getting to see how they run things and trying to do the exact same thing as them or better.
Coach Inge was talking about how he kind of trains you guys to learn both the positions. Is there a big difference in them other than one of you has the green dot and we have to make the calls, or is it pretty similar outside of that?
In our defense, I feel like the Mike and Will are they got their own separate roles, but really in the defense they can really be switched. So that's where we have a lot of interchangeable guys where they can both play Mike and Will. So it's really more just learning how everything works as a young player, and then just going out there and playing both.
What excites you most about what this room could do this season?
What excites me most is we just got a lot of ball players. We got some dogs in the linebacker room, so I'm really excited. I feel like this is going to be the biggest year in the linebacker room.
I've heard a lot about your hard hitting. Where does that come from? You're a soft-spoken guy. You know, is there kind of a switch that flips out there for you on the field, or what goes into that?
It's really more just of a mentality thing. Whenever you step on that green grass, Coach Inge always talks about how you got to flip the mindset, and boom, as soon as the ball is snapped, that's when you got to go and get it.
How is he as a coach?
Coach Inge is a great coach, just a great mentor and great leader. He's always bringing in the same energy, and he's always wanting to coach guys up and make sure that we're the best player on the field and off the field.
We talked to Jeremiah about nicknames. Does Inge have one for you?
Yes, we do, but I don't want to discuss that.
All right. Thanks, Ed.
Thank you.
Appreciate y'all.
So it's safe to assume you guys liked him.